You're listening to 182.3, Care What People Think.
Welcome back to the Care What People Think podcast with Will, that's me, co-host, and my other co-host, Ryan. And today we're going to be talking about a topic that I feel like is more conceptual, but it's also super, super important if you are, realistically in any stage of life, I feel like this is important. But if you're like in college, in a job, like Ryan and I both are that we hate, or you're out of college, both like Ryan and I are that we hate.
Facts.
Learning to go with the flow or just being adaptable. We kind of talked about this a little bit ago, I think it was like 3 episodes ago, about making a plan, following through with it to like test it out, and then after, analyze and adapt your situations, because that's like a key way to reach your goals, adapting to what comes, because life can throw fucking crazy, like the most random shit at you that you may not think. Like, what is it? It's like there are 3 unknowns or whatever. It's like there's known unknowns. Like
and
known
or unknown knowns.
Yeah, so there's known.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
No, you're right. There's known unknowns. So like, I know for a fact that I don't know how the pyramids were built. Then there's unknown knowns, where it's I didn't know Ryan didn't know how to tie his shoes, but now I do. That was an unknown. Then
Nice.
The third one is known knowns. So I know for a fact Ryan doesn't know how to tie his shoes. And then there are the most dangerous ones, which is unknown unknowns. Like, I didn't know that Ryan doesn't wear shoes. That was an unknown unknown. I don't know why I'm just trying to build off the joke from last episode. But those are, again, going with the flow and learning to adapt. So before we get into the episode, kind of do just like this every week, where we go over something we're proud of. This week it's me. And before I say this, clapping away years of grinding.
Wait. First off, I don't know what I'm clapping for, but I'm going to continue. All right, Will, come on.
I am proud of myself. I was chilling at work, and I'm not going to say who, because I don't know the timeline of what this project will be or what the, I guess, outcome will be. I was at work, and I just happened to get a DM from a YouTuber with 9 million subscribers, which is fucking insane. And they were basically reaching out. Yeah, more clapping.
Let's go. I know what I'm clapping for now.
And they reached out saying, hey, can we do kind of like a project? Basically, I was DM'd to do like a contracting freelance job from a YouTuber, which is great because that's the whole realm that I want to be in. And I kid you not, I got this DM at, I actually don't know what time in the morning, but the entire day, my whole 8-hour shift, I didn't fucking work on anything at work, like at all. Like, normally I'll do something else for maybe like an hour, 2 hours, work on my own project. I just straight up didn't do anything for 8 hours. And it was so professional, which is why I'm proud of myself, where I took a contract template that I had from community college. I applied it to my new design kind of branding style for my own freelance work. I made an itemized invoice sheet to send to the YouTuber, so then I could kind of go over pricing and what I charge and everything. I then asked for 50% up front. They had no fucking pushback, which was insane because I probably could have asked for a bit more money. But I already got paid for half of it, and I got it all organized, and I'm actually done with the project right now. I'm just more infuriated because I'm waiting to get the template back for the sizing for or from the print shop. So then I can send the designs in at the correct dimensions, and then they ship out the products and they send it to the YouTuber. And then hopefully next week they will make the video, post it, and they said they were gonna show my channel. God damn, dude.
They didn't?
Oh my god. What?
Did they not? Oh, okay. I thought you were like building it up to be like, hey, yeah, they're gonna do it, and then they did it. They broke the contract. Flames.
No, they literally
actually
signed my contract, which is great. So for my own records,
cool.
I have like a PDF and everything. So that was lit. So I'm proud of myself that I'm proud that I got lucky. I guess
that is awesome, man. And also, we talked about this a week or 2 ago, where like you were not in the nicest financial place.
Exactly.
And, that is a nice little cushion, bro. Nice little cushion, a little bit of spending money, if you will.
No spending money. It just saved me.
I was spending money to like spend on your apartment. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. Basically not to go outside begging on the street. That's keep you off the streets. So No, dude, I'm really
Yeah.
proud of you, man. I mean, that's awesome. And I mean, I know this answer, but for everyone out there, is it a one-time project or is it happening for a while?
See, that's the coolest part. It's actually a one. It's a one-time project. However, I did just post another thing I'm proud of. I just posted my video I've been working on for like 5 months. Where I remade the branding and product of Lunchly, the YouTuber product, and he again reached out to me again. Was like, "Dude, this is fucking hilarious. I'm gonna show this in the video." So potentially
So
two
part
video
two.
pushes,
Okay.
which is great. I mean, there's not anything I can really do because I don't know how the fuck I would make a cardboard thing in real life. And because this has nothing to do with what I'm saying, but Ryan would get on my case if I didn't say this. If you're listening, please make sure to leave a review or rating on this episode or
Let's
podcast
go. Free
because
promotion.
we do appreciate it and it helps out a lot. And I meant to say that before. I'm proud of, but I'm too gassed because
Dude is
that
proud of everything. He's proud of
12
everyone
years.
subscribing. He's or following us.
Yeah.
He's proud of his own YouTube. He's proud of making money, dude. You're just a proud guy this week, aren't you, Will?
Yep.
And
I
that's my
am
question. What are
proud.
you not proud of? I'm just kidding. No.
What an episode.
For
Shitty
real.
things for the week.
No, but to shift it over to the actual topic, like we're going to talk obviously about learning to go with the flow. And Will learned how to go with the flow. That was a perfect example of like he didn't
Yeah.
really have an answer to like his financial struggle, if you will.
No,
It's like
I
no,
was
but the
fucked.
thing
I
is,
had 2 days.
well,
I
that's
had
the
two
thing
days.
though. Okay, but the thing is, you like you were optimistic and you didn't just like go into a little hole and be depressed. You know, you learn to go with the flow is what I'm trying to get at. And I think there's a lot of reasons why it's hard to do that. And for me, this is not necessarily like a financial burden standpoint, but like career stress. That I mean, balancing ambition with the reality that like nothing happens overnight. Like for me, I was not making the money I wanted to even like a week ago when I was an intern, and I was like, holy shit, when is this gonna come? Like I can't fully in my mind think about the future. I'm like thinking about the now. Um, I also think like the fear of missing out. So this is a perfect example, but like when I was in college and I stayed in for a night while all my friends went out to like the bars or they all went out. There were times I was like at work and they would be doing all these fun activities. And I would have this fear of missing out, and it was hard for me to like go with the flow and trust the process and um, be like, okay, I either need sleep this night or I need money or whatever it is. But like there are plenty and plenty of ways that it's just hard to do that. So props to you, man, on that. Um,
Thanks.
and
Yeah.
then I actually just have a question because this is I already have my own answer to this, and I think it's gonna be very different than you. But like, how many times have you said like I'm down for whatever, but secretly had like a plan in mind? So, like when somebody comes to you, right, and
Yeah.
is like, yeah, what do you want to do? And you're just like, I'm down with whatever. But in the back of my mind, in the back of your mind, don't you like have a preset plan?
Um, that's a really good question. Yes, I feel like you say that more, mostly because I hear you say the phrase "I'm down" more than me. Like on a literal level, say like I have a question where it's like, "Hey, do you want to play games tonight or whatever?" You say "I'm down" versus I usually use the words
Well,
"Yeah,
I'm saying the
whatever."
concept. I'm saying I'm
Yeah.
saying the concept.
Yeah, so like I feel like again, I feel like I
I'll
would say
give
yes, but I think you say it more.
Okay, I'll give you an example. Like for all those like video game nerds out there like us, we'll talk about Fortnite. And we'll talk about Rocket League. Right? Those are some
Yeah.
games that we've been playing off and on once in a while. If I said, "Hey, Will, do you want to like hop on, or do you want to get on to like play some games tonight?" And then you're like, "Yeah, I'm down with whatever." Then and I'm just like, "Yeah, we're gonna play Fortnite tonight." And then in the back of my mind, or in the back of your mind, are you just like, "Damn, I really wanted to play Rocket League," and it like messes
Yeah.
with your head? Like, have you ever? Because
Yeah.
I've done that multiple times.
Yeah, same.
Where yeah, I basically it's hard to go with the flow when you have a preconceived plan, and
That's why
yeah,
usually I think blending is good. So like say you pitch, "Hey, let's play Fortnite." I know sometimes there have been shifts on both of our ends where like say we get on the call and then I say I'm down or whatever. Maybe we'll just play like one or two games of Fortnite and then we'll switch. So then we kind of give it a change. Or I guess what ends up happening is like, say we start like just hanging out, talking on Discord, and then you'll be like, "Do you want to play Fortnite?" And I'll be like, "Nah, let's go to Rocket League." Like I feel like
Yep.
there's some bit of a balance, which is a, I feel like that's a good first step if you are having
Agreed, and
difficulty.
it's nice that we're mature, but I mean, when it comes down to like the psychology of a human, I mean, we love control, and also like they just naturally want predictability and certainty. So having a structure and I mean that's why we go to college. We're in 4 years. We get a piece of paper and then we have another 50 years in a job. It's structure that doesn't give the unknown. And a
Yeah,
lot of people love that, obviously. That's why we have it in place. But there are also people that are complete opposites and don't love going with the flow at all. And I think it's a great, like you
facts.
said, a blend. Like it's good to not, they're like to know that an 8 to 5 is not, should not be the rest of your life. But it also brings in the money when you need to like go on a vacation or do something. And the
Yeah.
blend was a great answer for that. So
No, I was gonna say I personally really struggle with having the go with the flow type of mentality or letting go because my girlfriend Paris is really, really just astronomically better at going with the flow compared to me. Like for example, I kind of say going with the flow with a lot of like I try to place it in certain situations where maybe it doesn't even like work. Like for example, I posted my recent video and I really want it to do well, and I believe it'll do really well because of the concept, the thumbnail, the process, the like. I think it'll do really well, but because I'm so excited and nervous, I keep looking at my analytics. And so something I've learned, obviously, is if you want something to go by super fucking slow, focus on it. Like a plank.
totally.
That makes a minute feel like so long. So long. So I just am like, if I really care about something, I did what I needed to do, but I need to like let it do its thing and just go with the flow of its natural course it's going to have. And that's why, for example, I need to more so distract myself once I work. So once I post the video on Wednesday, on Thursday, usually we go to the gym in the morning, but we change to put the workout after work. So I hate working out after work because there's so many people, but it forced me to not be very like on the ball about looking at my own analytics. And I was like, that's a healthy thing to do. Literally 20 minutes before this podcast started recording, I'm actually going to Disneyland. And that's a good focus to get me not doing like my
Yeah.
whole habit of putting the control on. I need to look at my analytics. What can I improve? What can
Do
I
you want to know
like?
this freak of nature? I was friends with this kid in college, and bro was a psychopath. He told me something that no person should ever do, and it's not that
Oh,
crazy. Other than like, dude, he worked an 8 to 5 during the summer, right, as an intern. And
yeah.
bro said, when I got bored, I just watched the clock, and
Oh, no.
not just like to the point where you're like looking on your phone. Bro was just like staring at the little clock in the corner
No.
when it ticked. And I was like, why would you ever do that? That makes time go slower. And he's like,
Yep.
yeah, it made me feel something though. And I went,
Oh
bro needs mental
no.
health, dude. Like this dude needs to
Anal.
go to therapy. But when he said that, I was like, that is the perfect example of focusing on something to not let time pass. And you had great
Facts.
examples too. And I mean, can I talk about the perks of letting go or do you want to hit that?
Yeah. Yeah, no, you can do that.
Okay. I mean, I'm just gonna run through a couple things. It's less stress. It's what you're worrying about, like what you can't control, right? It's super exhausting when you're trying to like control everything. That's just how everyone is, I think, when you're younger, and then you realize real quick that like if you do that for the rest of your life, you will be burnt out, and you're gonna live with so much more stress. Also, it just gives you more opportunities if you're letting go. I'm not saying let go of everything because then you might just not have a family and might be in jail. But
Damn.
no, I'm being so for real. Like some of the best experiences that I've had are, I'll shout out some of my friends too with this, but like some of my best experiences are being with someone and we're just like, let's do this. And no
Yeah.
preconceived plan,
Yeah.
nothing. And we just do it. And to this day, I still have stories that are just amazing. So honestly, I'm just going to shout them out. You obviously know them too, Will, but Noah and Zach are these two people that have been such a crucial part of both of our lives. But the reason why I bring them up is because they are the definition of not going with the flow. And I feel like for me personally, they just brought me out of my comfort zone so much. And I don't know, they're just goofy guys that give this spontaneity. Is that a word? Spont
Spontaneousness. I don't
spontaneity. Yep, that's it. But no, they like gave me a whole different outlook on life because I was always stressed out. I wasn't really like looking at that stuff as okay, that'll be fun. But it's just been like way more, having that flexibility in your life makes it easier to be around other people. It gives you more creative outlooks on life. And I feel like I just had new ideas and solutions to like things. So, for example, we would like jump in to a reservoir next to our house just like at 2 a.m. sometimes. And although that sounds stupid, we were just sitting on the couch thinking of things to do, and it just gave us an idea. And to this day, I remember those, and like it's just a crucial part of my life. So um, I think another really big thing is that goes with travel, that comes with meeting unexpected
Mhm.
people. But these are all just examples of like random connections that can lead to whatever, maybe job opportunities, friendships, relationships. um, I'm kind of just blabbering, but I'm just saying that no, like the perks of letting go, there are so many. And you got to be in that middle ground. But I don't know, what's your outlook on this, and how do you feel?
Well, I feel like the traveling one is definitely like the more organic something kind of is. Like for example, Ryan's gonna. I feel like this memory is gonna you're going to remember this, but it doesn't stick out to you as much because during the pandemic, my disease makes me immune compromised. So, like, my parents, since I was still freshly into exploring how my disease affected me, my parents were very like, yo, safety, you don't see anyone. Like, I literally, in 2020, I literally interacted with probably 4 people the entire year, and 2 of them were my mom and my dad. And I think I hung out with Ryan maybe like maximum 5 times throughout the whole like beginning of 2021 and maybe like October, November, December of 2020. And one of the memories we had was we went to I think this was in your first apartment, and we were bored and we wanted to meet people, and because of the pandemic everyone was fucking inside. This was like in the middle of the semester. So it wasn't kind of like I
And
can't
I
remember
think
what the time
everyone
it
was
was.
online at this point. Like
Yeah, everyone was
nobody
online.
was really walking the campus unless you were just out to try to meet people. So
Exactly. So we're thinking, okay, how can we try and meet people? And we want to do it as safely as we can. And we were, again, I think the fact that we were thinking, how could we like go outside and do something? And so, like, in the middle of the night, one of the friends, Zach, just showed up with fucking like 50 boxes of mini cereal. And
well,
so
you
then we
know what
went
actually happened?
around.
I'm going to tell you a little bit more of a prior. So he
What?
called me and he was like, "Hey man, like, what are we going to do tonight?" And just asking me, right, a plan. And I go, "I don't know, man. I think we should like go on a walk or whatever." And he's like, "All right, dude, I'm gonna buy these cereal things, like these mini cereals." And I went, "All right,
Yeah.
why?" And then we connected the dots, went on a walk, which Will's gonna talk about, and we brought these cereal packs with us, not even to like hand out off the start, but
Yeah.
just to eat them. But okay, Will, take over.
Yeah, so then we were just going on a walk because we're like, we're out of the house and we're like, there's only a couple of us and we're doing something, and I don't think it was that cold. But yeah, then we were like, we should just give these out to people because why the fuck not? And then that ended up, not me personally, because I fucking was literally then moved out of the state, but like Ryan ended up meeting a fuck ton of people that became really close friends. And that was just from like an organic, random, like, oh, maybe we should do this. And then we went and did it. And then an organic relationship or friendship happened from that. And I think that's like really valuable. I just know I personally am very controlled and locked in where it's like, okay, it's 7 to 9 p.m. I have no time allocated anywhere. That's the time to go meet friends. Let me go try and figure that out. I'm going to do some research and find out the most involved Discord servers that have the fucking people with the most and similar interests. And I'm going to DM every single one of them the same message. That's just like
Chat GPT
so
turned into
forced.
into a person, bro. It's
Exactly.
just Will.
So it's just so it's forced, which like you can try, but like I put up fucking posters for a YouTube video saying, "Hey, I'm basically, hey, I'm lonely. I want to meet people. I'm graduated from college and my work is inside remote. I don't have a reason to ever meet anyone." And I didn't fucking get anywhere.
Hey, but I mean,
Versus
it's a different outlook. I mean, you went more the rigid approach of like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do, and I have a plan for it. Where Zach, mainly Zach in this regard, but he went, hey, I'm gonna buy this cereal. We're gonna walk around and make something of it. And
yeah.
as we were going, we went go with the flow, and we turned cereal into cereal for like Snapchats, and it was the stupidest shit. But to this day, I can shout out Audrey for this. But we literally met her that night. Um, she was out with this girl that like we've actually went on like tons of trips with. We went to Greece with her. We went to Mexico. She's currently like studying abroad in, well, not studying abroad, but teaching abroad in Spain. And like to this day, she's one of our best friends. And we met her through such a spontaneous night like that. Um, and it was all just because we were just like, let's just like, who gives a shit about what anyone says, um, and we need to get off the couch. And so my
Yeah.
main point about it is like, you could take the rigid approach, which sometimes could work with certain things, but also not overthinking it, and just to like show, um, just to kind of like push back on social anxiety. I think that's huge too. Cause Zach, that's also another thing Zach and Noah are very good at. Um, and they probably got you out of your comfort zone a little bit, but they just like say the stupidest shit and
Yeah.
in like public, and you don't really expect it. And then you're like, wait, that's actually like not bad. Like, why are we scared of doing this stuff? Um, but
You said they're so weird that you could say anything and it's not as weird as what they say. That's what I'm
100%,
basically.
dude. 100%.
That's what it just confirmed.
No, 100%, dude. And they will say that to my face too. And I mean, I love that about them, dude. And I think you and me have both like benefited off of that as well. So basically, yeah, skip the stress of overthinking. Just get the fuck out there and do stuff when you want to. And then it also just leads to less disappointment. So for Will, he
True.
put up posters, kind of felt disappointed because he put in so much effort. If we didn't give people cereal, you think we would give a fuck? We would just go back and eat cereal. Like, so there's
No,
really no
true.
disappointment. So also, I just want to bring up a little side note with like my girlfriend. She makes fun of me for planning phone calls, like FaceTimes, right?
What?
And I'm gonna bring this up. The reason why I'm gonna bring
Nah.
I'm not go with the flow. The reason why I'm not go with the flow. You know how people can just like call you and stuff? I have to
No,
have a
my
scheduled
girlfriend does
call.
that. My girlfriend does that, and I don't do. I plan out my phone calls too. I'm
Okay,
like,
okay.
I
So
want to
we're
talk.
that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. The reason why I
Like,
bring that up is because I just get some pushback. It's all jokes, obviously. But some people are okay just like having a call whenever, which sure, I'm okay with sometimes. But if I really want to talk with you, I just schedule out a call, and I just feel like then I'm more attentive and then not in the middle of something. But I mean,
I,
I
f-
kind of get better. I got to get better with that too. So
I feel like I'm gonna put that as the question for like the Q&A on this episode because genuinely, up until I moved to California, I don't know. I don't want to blame it on a city thing or a girl thing, but like I again, like you said, personally, I am like, okay, I'm coming home from work. Monday, I'm going to play. I'm talking to my mom that day because my mom and I call like once a week. And so the check in is usually like an hour minimum of a phone call. And so I'm
totally.
like, I don't want to just pick up if I am like hanging out with people because then it's like I got to plan that shit out. Um, which is funny because my Paris is so fucking like could call, pick up the phone, doesn't like is multitasking,
That's how
doing stuff.
gracious. That's how
Yeah,
gracious.
and like in the middle of the store, just FaceTiming. That used to freak me out so much because again, I feel like the Colorado bias also of being in like a smaller town. It's like, oh, if you're being loud in public, you're a disturbance, and that is shunned, and you shouldn't do that. And I would deem FaceTiming as a disturbance, which is also why vlogging in public in Fort Collins was so fucking hard because you're standing like when we would do Pokemon Go, that shit was so
Dude,
hard
yeah, I was gonna bring that up in
because
what, like 2015?
2016 we that's why we had to go to that like mall area by your house because there was no one that fucking walked around compared to downtown Fort Collins, and so it
Yeah, I
was a
remember
bit more
both of
comfortable.
us had a lot of social anxiety with that. And I mean, you're so right about the smaller city, dude. Like just having people look at you, especially when you're like younger too, you're like, oh hell no, I'm like a disturbance. It's so scary.
Well, also you're just like don't give me weird looks, I'm trying to make this my career, this is a viable decision I'm making, but everyone around is just like, nah, not my generation, that's so bad. Why are you talking to a camera? Stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
A point I did want to mention too that I think is really important is with going with the flow is I feel like similar to having the t- talent, having the skill of being patient. I swear I'm one of the most impatient people because I describe I describe patience as being calm and collected during a scenario that you do not want to partake in. For example, my brother says I'm very patient because I've been doing YouTube for 13 years. That to me is not patience. That's more resilience and persistence because I have a goal and a career that I want to do and I'm not going to stop because I just find the process of making YouTube videos fun. Patience for me is going to the DMV to get your shit renewed or some shit and you have to sit there in line for 5 hours. That's patience. No one wants to do that. But if you can
True.
do that in a calm manner, bro, that's like winning in life. If you can master patience, you have such a big advantage because you just like the more random shit that happens to you, and if you're paid like out of college, random shit will happen to you. My car fucking broke down. I don't know the cause. I don't know what happened. I just have to deal with I don't have a car for a couple days to go to work. I have to
Yep.
be patient with the fact that I can't fix it today. I can't fix it tomorrow. I have to kind of set a game plan and do research about what I can do to fix it. And the more random shit that happens to you, the more you're just going to learn about either things you have to let go, how to go with the flow, or just like being patient.
Well, I think
And
also not
that
taking things
sucks.
personal too. Like back in the day, I would take things personal. Like if something didn't go my way, I was like, okay, like it's not meant to, obviously, but like I am a failure and this is my fault. And I'm not saying with like a car problem, but certain things that didn't go my way, right? Like even I'll bring
Yeah.
up soccer for this example. Dude, it was very competitive, right? And if you didn't
Oh yeah.
make like a good team, then you would be hard on yourself, or if I would for like months at a time. And I know nobody else was disappointed in me, but I was disappointed in myself. And I think you're right, dude. Just like having less stress, living in the moment, and just like being okay to be patient with yourself and like how you're growing is just so important. And me personally, I've only gotten well, that's not true. I was patient with certain things when I was younger, but it's actually like um it got bad, I would say, in like high school and college when I felt like everything was so quick, and
Yeah.
I feel like I'm learning to like be patient again. I just feel like college doesn't really like teach you patience because obviously everything is just so quick with exams and homework and turning things in and getting to class. And
Yeah.
um, so I'm learning it as we go. I feel more patient than I was a year ago. But I do agree, Will, you are not very patient, and
No.
it's okay, bro.
No. The last thing I have to no, I'm not patient. But can we talk about how Ryan is the worst texter of all time? That's not even my patience. That's not even my patience. Shots fired,
That's
strays
facts.
caught. Thank you. I will text Ryan at like 5 p.m. today and I don't get a response for a couple hours. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll like in the morning, he'll probably get to it because he has to go work. And then I wake up and he's 3 hours ahead of me. No text. And then at like noon, which means it's 3 for him, he's having, I don't know, lunch, getting off work. He'll then text me. And then obviously I have nothing fucking going on. So I'll text him right back. And this dude is gone again for 5 hours. Sorry, it's just me on my soapbox
No,
because I
dude, you
think it's
should
really
rant,
funny.
bro, because I hate texting. I mean, I try my
I
best,
can
man.
tell.
I do this with everyone though, dude, and I'm trying to get better with it. But dude, I'm just like I just want to like have a call, get through like everything I need to talk about because I just although texting is like important obviously for multiple reasons, it's just I just have like I don't know if I have shit going on or in my head I just I can't like juggle multiple things. Like I want to give a good answer without like half-assing it. And then most of the time I have to half-ass it because I'm still doing other stuff. But anyway.
Like
But you're
it's
so
just
right,
really
bro.
funny to read. Like you texted me on Tuesday at 8:28 a.m. I responded on Tuesday at 9:30 and you took 5 hours to respond. And then I responded immediately and I don't think you messaged me back that day. So again, that shows that, everyone has their own like I mean, Ryan knows that he hates texting and he knows that he's trying to work on it or like that's good, being aware, being
Yeah,
aware
I
is the
am.
first step.
I try my best, bro. I
But I
also
just had
told
to
Will
say that.
before the episode I did get a little sick this week. Not that it's this week only, but it's so true though. Like everybody needs to work on their own things. That's a completely different episode, but I need to definitely learn to go with the flow with texting. I feel like I put too
Yeah.
much pressure on like a good response sometimes, and I'm just like, holy shit, Ryan, just respond in the moment, bro, and it's okay. So you're right, dude. Out me for that. You're not patient, so let's just
Yeah.
nah.
Facts.
Do you have anything else before we wrap up today?
No, I just wanted to just wanted to throw you under the bus for the truth for that,
That's
and maybe you
valid,
were.
dude. That's completely valid. Well, anyway, you will not be getting a text from me after this episode, but
As per normal. Cool.
Will is going with the flow.
Yep.
Yeah, no, but that's gonna be it for today's episode. About learning how to go with the flow, and I think just putting things behind you. It creates less stress, more opportunities, better relationships with parents, friends, whoever it is, increased creativity, like I talked about, and just living in the moment and learning how to be more patient with yourself and others around you. So make sure to tune in to Care What People Think podcast on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and all other platforms. We love the support. It is so amazing. The people that reach out week to week is it's just the best. It makes both of us feel on top of the world. And then, please leave us a review, a rating to help out. Thank you for listening. And remember, care what people think, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week on 182.3.